What's good? It's Jordan. Today I'll be talking to you about sometimes you have to be the villain. See, in this life today, we have to understand that many people aren't going to like our opinions, aren't going to like us. Many people may have their own opinions and may have their own belief systems and may oppose against us due to our belief systems. We have to understand that in this life today, that is none of our fault. What we have to do is move accordingly. We have to understand that everybody has their own opinion in this world. And when we understand that people aren't going to agree with you, and that's fine. But what we have to also understand is when we know our opinion is right, when we know our opinion stands firm and steadfast, we have to understand that when people have their own opinions and they're wrong, if they want to be corrected, if they actually want to actually understand your opinion and understand where you come from, explain it to them. But if they do not want to understand, if they do not want to change their opinion, if they believe that their opinion is right, leave them alone. We have to understand in this life that many times we do things from a human form and a human perspective, when sometimes we can just leave it to God. God will handle the situation. Sometimes we try to involve ourselves into things that we do not have to involve ourselves in. Sometimes we do not leave it to God. We have to start leaving it to God, because God will sort it out. We have to understand that it is important that in this life that you know that even when you don't do anything wrong, you may be labeled as a villain. And it's crazy that I have to say this, because we should understand that people who do not do anything wrong shouldn't be labeled as a villain. But what we have to understand is there's a lot of manipulation, deceptions, and illusions, especially in modern society. And with that, it stops us from actually understanding the importance of living in the truth. See, when we have a solid foundation based under God, then we understand and we see the truth and know the truth. But if we do not have a solid foundation and we're following behind the programs of the world, then we're essentially lost. When you start to follow behind the programmings of the world and you start to behind in your mind frame, in how you think and how you do things, because you decide that you want to follow behind the world. And this may not have been your fault. You may have followed behind the world because of the family that you were raised by, the associates and friends that you may have. They may actually tell you something that's far much off and different from the actual truth. So you may be in confusion, and that's not your fault. But when you're in confusion, you also still have the ability to do the research on your own. You also still have the ability to learn on your own. You also have the ability to seek the truth. So we have to understand that through it all, there's still truth out there even when you're confused. You just have to seek the truth and understand that. We have to also understand that many times there are people that are working against you, that are competing with you, that do not want to see you win in this life, and they will try to sabotage you from every given point that they can try to. Whether it be in your own personal life, in social circles, whether it be in your career path, the industries and sectors that you may work in, fields, so to speak. There are people that are very competitive and they feel the need to try to stop you from reaching your fullest potential. And you have to also understand that there's many people that live by this mindset of competition, so to speak, especially when they see you as a threat. And you may live your life in peace and you may not even be focusing on these people, but these people may be focusing on you. These people may be focusing on what you have to offer, what you can do. And they may not like that. So what they try to do is they try to sabotage you and make you look like you are the villain in front of other people to try to destroy your reputation. But to be honest, all we can do is put our faith and trust in God. And what we can also do is stand up for ourselves. What we can also do is fight the good fight for ourselves. Many times in this life, we always want to just leave it to God. We can actually take action in our own personal lives as well too. Bring it up to God. Yes, God will provide you the proper answer and the proper solution behind the situation that you may be enduring. But we also have the ability to stand up for ourselves when we see injustice. We also have the ability to stand up for others when we see injustice. We have the ability to do these things. If we live in the concept of actually not doing anything and just leaving it up to God only, then that change that may occur may be prolonged. But God provides you the answers there, then and there, also for you to stand up for yourself too. So we have the ability to be strong and stand up for ourselves, because we cannot just let people destroy our reputation. We cannot let people do things that are wicked and evil and just leave them to do it, because when they do that to you, essentially they're trying to take power over you. They're trying to consume you and destroy you. And when they're finished with you, they go on to another person and do that to another person. And that system and that cycle continues. But we have to stop that system and that cycle. We have left many things alone in this society, and when we have left those things alone, it actually made society worse instead of society being better. But if we cut it from the root and we decide that, hey, we have the ability to actually stand up and defend ourselves when injustice occurs, when things that are negative occurs, then we have the strength to fight the good fight. We have to understand this. We have to understand that those people who use other people to oppose against you and destroy your reputation, and want to see you as a villain, if people listen to that and people follow behind that, they were never for you. They were never on your team and never on your side. And it's okay, because at the end of the day, it's important that we know our tribe. It's important that we know the people that are around us, and don't look at it as a negative thing if it happens, but just look at it as they're doing you a favor, and a strong favor, because sometimes you may be around people and you do not know their intentions, but their intentions may reveal itself over time, and that right there is helping you understand who you're supposed to be around and understand the circle of influence that's supposed to be around you. Let things reveal itself at times. It is important that we do that, and it is important that we understand ourselves. It is important that we understand the foundation that we're laying. It is important that we understand the value in our own lives, because when we don't understand the value in our own lives, then we place the value on somebody else. When we understand the value in our own lives and we understand the importance of our lives, the importance of following God, the importance of these things, then we start to move in strength, faith, and unison. We have to understand these things. In this world, there are people that come to devour and destroy. There are people who follow the enemy and want you destroyed and ruined. We have to understand that there's also people who want to see you do good, do well, and win. But it is important that we understand what's for us. It is important that we build our foundation upon us, and we understand self and the strength behind understanding self in this life today. So today, I'll be leaving you with this scripture, and I hope that this scripture helps you in your own daily personal life today. Proverbs 6:16-19. There are 6 things that the Lord hates, 7 that are abomination to him: haughty eyes, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked plans, feet that make haste to run to evil, a false witness who breathes out lies, and one who sows discord among brothers. I want to thank you for watching today, and know that sometimes you'll be labeled as the villain. But sometimes you have to understand that that isn't important, and you must not care. But you have the ability to move on, move forward, and move ahead in this life today. I want to thank you for watching. Peace.